Okay, well, what better halfway through the second day at Scanpack to be sharing a drink with Peter Nilsson, who's Chief Executive Officer of Ecolean, Swedish company making fast inroads into the liquid packaging market, and particularly in some of the developing countries in the Far East, I understand. You've opened up an office in Japan and also Kuala Lumpur, is that right?
Absolutely right. You know, our home markets are located far away from home. We have a slightly different strategy than most of our friends in the business. So we focus very much on the emerging markets or the developing markets far away. And recently we opened up in Kuala Lumpur to cater for the needs of the Southeast Asian market. And just recently also in Japan. I was there last week to open up the office, so we are very much looking forward to that.
Now, these are offices, not manufacturing plants, am I right?
Only sales offices initially, and then when volumes are big enough, then production will follow, but that will probably take some years.
Okay, and it's not just those developing new markets. You're moving into the States too, in Dallas, I believe.
Absolutely right. Over the last years, we have had a lot of interest from the Americas, both north and south. And we felt that now we have a capacity, production-wise, in China and in Sweden to cater for those markets. We have enough manpower to deal with it in a professional and good way. So we open up an office in Dallas, which has a very good location initially, and then there will be branch offices, of course.
Just to remind ourselves, of course, the Ecolean proposition is a pouch as a replacement or as an alternative to a liquid packaging carton. And just mindful of that expansion in the States and the interest in the States, to what extent would you say Capri Sun has helped the kind of interest in this alternative format?
Capri Sun has definitely opened up the market, but not only Capri Sun. You see pouches basically on every shelf, both on the dairy side and on the drink side. But I think Capri Sun is doing something like 4.55 billion packs in the States, which is a lot. And that is with a pack where you have aluminum foil still, which is maybe not the best material for the environment. We feel that we have a value proposition that maybe fits the requirements of the American consumer a little bit better.
Well, actually, that sort of brings us into the kind of recovery and recycling chain. Now, most of these products, I mean, the non-aseptic products can be totally recycled. They're largely PE and PP, and the aseptic one can also be recycled effectively, if only for energy from waste, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same here. Yeah. I mean, we normally when countries have recycling programs, this will go as a mixed plastic, and that can be incinerated for energy. Sometimes the incineration plants are quite happy when they get the Ecolean packs because we have calcium carbonate, chalk, which is basic. So they add that in the process very often to get more efficient incineration.
I think it's interesting that as you become more established in the market, the thing that you were known for originally, which obviously was the chalk, doesn't seem now to be quite as important as the lightweighting. And what is the average weight of a large 1 litre pack?
About 14 grams on an aseptic 1 liter, which is about half of competing products, like a carton, like a PET bottle, HDPE bottle, depending on where you are. But the chalk is still important. The chalk is part of the lightweight and the environmental profile, because by adding chalk, you use less plastics.
Okay. Well, using less plastics, of course, is what everybody's interested in. Now, what about Europe? This is the second European trade show you've taken part in within 12 months. I know you're taking part in Dubai next week, for example, but how is that European market looking?
Increasingly interesting, I would say. I mean, in the first years of our development, we were very much focusing on fast-growing markets, and I think Europe can be accused of many things, but the fast-growing dairy market we do not see in Europe, even though it's improving a lot, I would say. But interest in Europe has grown a lot over the last few years, not only here in the north, but also in the south. So we have interesting customers in Central Eastern Europe, in Italy, in Spain, Germany, France, in England. And right now we are in the process of negotiating some really interesting deals with big important brand owners.
Well, of course, some of the liquid carton people would say the market in Europe was plateauing, yet yours is expanding. Now you're taking their share. What do you ascribe that to? Is it the chalk? Is it the lightweight proposition? Or is it some difference in consumer preferences?
I think it's a combination. I mean, first of all, the amount of packs that we sell still on a global basis and in Europe is a very small portion compared to the giants still, even though we are growing fast. I think it's a combination of the environmental profile, but also the convenience aspect and the possibility for the brand owner to stand out on the store shelf. That might be even the most important thing. I mean, the other side of the coin, if you have so much success as our carton friends have had, is that every brand owner has basically a carton machine. Difficult to be different on the shelf. But with our packaging, you can definitely stand out and attract the attention of the consumer.
How many systems are there installed in Europe? Oh, actually worldwide at the moment.
Worldwide, close to 300.
Right.
And in Europe, I would say maybe 10% in Europe, approximately.
Okay.
Yeah.
And looking forward to next week, you're in Dubai, first time there, as it is the first time here actually in Scandinavia, your home territory. What are the prospects in Dubai?
Actually, second time in Dubai. We were there last time as well. Yeah. But this time with a bigger stand and with more resources, more people. We will be meeting existing clients that we already have. That part of the world is growing very fast for Ecolean. So we'll be talking about to them about brand extensions and new products. But we also have some very interesting new prospects coming up.
Peter, lastly, it's very nice to see a Swedish success story here at a Swedish event. What sort of people have you been meeting here this week?
Oh, I think it has been everything from retailers to competitors and people that would love to be part of our supply chain. So I think the whole spectrum has been here. A lot of journalists as well. So there's a lot of interest in what we do.
Well, I think given the pack that we're drinking out of, can I just say it's very clear that you're going places and going places fast. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.